The sky was burning red with fire, and smoke. The ground was shaking with thunder of Machin's broken walls, stood like bones of a dead city. Bodies of soldiers lay scattered across the ruins. The war had taken everything and left nothing but silence. But under that silence, a faint breath, still livid. An alien sniper, once feared by many, now lay broken, his body crushed by the blast. His legs no longer moved. His weapon lay twisted beside him, useless as his body stared at the sky, thinking this was his end. His people had run without looking back, heard them calling him weak, a burden unworthy of rescue. He tried to crawl, but pain held him down like chains. Dust filled his mouth, and he closed his eyes to wait for death. But footsteps came, heavy and careful, echoing through the ruins. Opened his eyes and saw a human soldier. The human held a rifle, but his eyes were tired and kin. The human looked at the alien lying in blood, and a shorter said, "Move forward, leave no enemy alive." But the human paused and looked again. The alien whispered, "Kill me and finish it." But the human shook his head and knelt beside him, placed water at the alien's lips and said, "Drink." Alien hesitated, but his throat was burning. Gay drank and felt life return, even for a moment. "Why help me?" the alien asked, his voice broken. Human answered, "Because life is life, enemy or friend. It is the same when you suffer." Alien tried to turn away, but his heart felt heavy. He had been left by his own kind, yet saved by a stranger. The human lifted the alien with effort, dragging him to cover. Bullets cracked in the distance, and dust rose in clouds. The human pressed the alien against a wall, shielding him with his own body. "Stay quiet," he whispered. "We are not safe." Yet the alien watched him, breathing fast, eyes sharp, scanning the dark, did not understand why this human would risk so much for him. A broken enemy, a paralyzed sniper, left for dead. The silence of the battlefield was broken by faint cries. Distant soldiers were searching, moving closer every second. The alien's chest tightened. Fear clawed at him. Thought this human would leave now, save himself. But the human crouched low, rifle ready, whispered, "I cannot carry you far, but I will not leave you." The alien felt a strange warmth in his chest. No one had ever spoken those words to him, not his leaders, not his brothers, not his people. They left him without looking back, but this human stayed, and that simple choice shook the alien more than any battle ever had. The night fell heavy on the broken city. Shadows stretched across walls filled with holes. Fires burned far away, and the sound of war echoed like thunder. Human soldier sat against a wall, breathing hard. The alien sniper lay beside him, still unable to move his legs. His body hurt with every breath, but his mind hurt more. Thought of his people who had left him, thought of the names they called him. Weak, broken, useless. Words cut deeper than wounds. Looked at the human who now shared water and a piece of dry food. "Take it," the human said softly. The alien shook his head and whispered, "Why share with me?" "Because you are still alive," the human answered. Alien frowned, his pride broken, his voice bitter. "Your people hate mine. We are enemies." Human nodded slowly and said, "Maybe that is true, but in this place we are only two souls breathing." The alien turned his face away, ashamed to feel warmth in his chest. Human kept watch, eyes sharp on the dark street. Every sound of stone, every whisper of wind made his body tense. He could hear patrols not far away, boots on gravel, voices shouting in a harsh tongue. Pulled the alien closer into the shadow of the ruins. The alien hissed, "Let me go. They will kill you if they find you." Human whispered back, "Not without taking me first." Alien studied his face, confused at this. Human was tired, dirty, scarred, yet he carried a strange strength, not strength of muscle, but strength of will. Alien felt something strange, a bond forming where he expected only. If night grew colder and silence returned, Alien shivered as the pain in his legs grew worse. Human tore a piece of cloth from his own uniform, wrapped the alien's wounds, tied. Alien winced but felt the warmth of care. "We do you not hate me?" the alien asked. Human sighed and answered, "Maybe I should. Maybe it would be easier if I did, but I see a soldier like me lying broken and I cannot leave him." Alaneath. Alien closed his eyes and tried to hold back tears. Had never felt weakness before, never felt pity before, but Now he felt both, and it burned inside the human. Spoke again, his voice quiet but firm tomorrow. We move before dawn was find food, water, and a safe place. I will drag you if I must. Alien whispered, do not waste your strength. I am finished. My people have no place for meth. Human looked at him sharply and said, then make a new placeve. Words struck the alien harder than any wound. Make a new place. He thought was such a thing possible for one left behind. The human leaned back, rifle in hand, eyes open to the night. Alien stared at the ruined sky above. He felt small and broken, but not forgotten. Patrols passed close by, boots, heavy rifles. Red-eyed human pressed the alien down, keeping him silent. Breath shallow, heart pounding. The voices grew louder, closer, then faded into distancia. The alien looked at the human and whispered softly, you risked your life for me again. Human nodded once and said, I gave my word. Alien felt his throat tighten with emotion he could not name. A bond had begun to grow in that ruined battlefield, a bond between enemy and enemy, a bond stronger than blood, a bond that even war could not break. Morning came with pale light breaking through smoketh. Ruins looked like skeletons of giants fallen in battle. Human soldier lifted himself with heavy arms and tired eyes. Had not slept through the night. His ears had stayed open to every whisper of wind. The alien sniper lay weak and silent beside him, his body heavy with pain, his legs still dead and cold. Human bent low and whispered, we must move. Alien opened his eyes slow and filled with despair. How far can you carry me? He asked. Human answered, as far as I must. Alien wanted to protest, but no words. Cammy watched as the human pulled him across broken ground, sound of rubble grinding under boots carried through the air. Each step was slow, each breath louder than thunder. Danger lurked in every shadow of every ruined wall. Human stopped often, listening for patrols, his hand firm on his rifle, his eyes sharp and hard. He reached a place where walls half stood like crooked teeth. Inside was shade and a little silence. Human set the alien down gently, opened a pack, pulling out the last piece of bread, broke it in two, and gave half to the alien, his head weakly saying, keep it. Human pushed it toward him, saying, you need strength. Alien chewed slowly, feeling shame in his chest. This people would never share food with the weak, yet this human starved himself for a broken enemy. Hers passed, and the sound of war rumbled far away. Closer came voices and the ring of metal. Enemy patrols searching ruins step by step. Alien felt fear bite into his throat. If they were found, both would. D whispered, leave me here and save yourself. Human answered with steady eyes, I will not. Alien wanted to argue, but his heart broke. D saw the human crawl low, placing traps of broken glass. He saw him hide there tracks with careful hands. The alien realized the soldier did not fear death, he only feared failing his promise. Sun rose higher and heat burned the ground. The alien's throat grew dry, his lips cracked. Human gave him the last of the water. Himself drank nothing. Why do you do this? The alien asked, voice raw. Human answered, because no one should be left to die. Alaneath. Alien turned away, his eyes wet, though he tried to hide it. For the first time he spoke of his past, told the human he had been the best sniper of his people. His aim never missed, his eye never failed. Told how pride filled his chest every time his leaders praised him, but one blast, one moment stole his legs, and in that moment they abandoned Hymusless. They called him forgotten, they left him. The human listened without judgment. When the alien's voice broke, the human placed a hand on his shoulder. You are still a soldier, he said soft-eyed. Alien laughed bitterly, saying, what soldier cannot even stand? The human answered, a soldier is not only legs or arms, a soldier is heart and will, and you still have both. Alien fell silent, staring at him deep inside. Something began to change. A sound of footsteps broke the moment. Human pulled him lower behind broken stone. Shadows of enemy soldiers moved across the walls, their rifles ready, their eyes searching. Human held his breath, holding the alien close. If they were seeing death would be quick and cruel. Alien whispered, use me, let me be bait, so you can liveth. Human looked at him with fire in his eyes, and whispered, never. The lay still as shadows Poseidon's soldier stopped near the wall, his boot crushing glass. The sound rang loud like a bell of death. Human raised his rifle, finger tight on trigger. The alien's heart pounded in his chest, his mind screamed at but. After a long moment, the soldier moved on. Voices faded, boots grew distant until silence returned. Alien breathed, heavy tears sliding down his face. You should not risk so much for me, he whispered. Human looked at him and said, I risk it because I chooseth. Alien closed his eyes and felt a strange peace. Pain filled his body, but his spirit felt lighter. Knew now this human was no fool. This human was different from all he had known. The bond between them grew like fire and darkness, and in that bond he felt hope again. Hope that even broken, he was not worthless. Hope that survival was still possible. Hope that tomorrow could still come. The night fell again, heavy and dark. Fires glowed in the distance like angry stars. Human soldier sat awake, rifle in hand. The alien sniper lay against the wall, his eyes open wide. Both men knew the silence would not last. Danger was closing in like wolves circling prey. The alien whispered, you should rest, your body is weak. Human shook his head, saying, if I rest we both die. Alien lowered his gaze, shame burning in his chest. Only wait to you, he said softly. Human looked at him with steady eyes and answered, you are my brother in this fight, and I will not leave you. For the alien could reply. The sound of boots thundered. Close shadows moved across broken walls, voices sharp, rifles ready, and patrols closing. And Human pressed his back to the wall, his heart racing. Alien clenched his fists, unable to move his legs, felt rage boiling at his helplessness. Human whispered, stay quiet and trust me. The alien whispered back, no, use your ears, use my eyes. You have strength, but I still have vision. The human turned and looked at him, understanding sparking. Alien lifted his chin, his sniper eyes sharp as steel. Through cracks in the wall he counted shadows. Whispered, left 2 high wall, 1 near canary. The human raised his rifle and fired quick and silent. Tone shadow fell on the others. Turned shouting, bullets tore through the ruins, sparks flew, stone cracked. Human ducked low, pulling the alien closer. Give me your aim, the alien hissed, guiding his arm up. 2 fingers left, 3 breaths. Fire now. The human squeezed the trigger, and another shadow dropped. Fear spread in enemy voices. The shouted orders, spraying bullets into the dark. Human breathed hard, sweat dripping down his face. Alien kept his voice calm, guiding every shot. His mind sharp, though his body was broken together. They fought like one body, one soul. Human strength and the alien's vision. Rifles cracked, enemies fell. Silence broken by death, but more came. Boots' heavy eyes searching. Human's ammo ran low, the magazine near anti. Cursed under his breath, but the alien's eyes did not shake. On more left side, he whispered. Human fired, and the last soldier dropped. Smoke hung thick, the ruins shook with echo. Westlands returned, heavy and sharp. They human leaned back, gasping, chest rising fast. This rifle nearly empty, his body trembling with exhaustion. Alien stared at him with wide eyes. For the first time he felt pride. Not in himself, but in this human. You fought like my eyes were yours, he whispered. You fought like my strength was yours, the human replied. For a moment there was no war, only respect between them, but the silence broke again, with a roar of engines. Vehicles moved closer, lights cutting through the night. Reinforcements. The alien whispered, they will not stop now. Human gripped his rifle tight, jaw hard. We'll hold as long as we can, he said. Alien felt his throat tighten, knew they could not survive another wave. Yet he also knew this human would not run out. Now not ever. Alien swallowed his fear and whispered, then let us fight as one. Human nodded, eyes blazing with fear. The bond between them, stronger than fear, stronger than pain. Alien guided his aim again, voice sharp, steady. Together they made every bullet count. Shadows fell one after another, but bullets ran out. Metal clicked, empty and hollow. Human pulled a knife, ready for the end. Alien closed his eyes, knowing death was near. Yet inside he felt no shame, only strange peace. For in this last stand he was not abandoned. He was not useless, he was not forgotten. Had fought again side by side with one who did not live. The sound of battle echoed through the ruined sand. There Bond burned bright in the dark. The night was torn by engines and gunfire. The ruins shook under the weight of war. The human soldier knelt low, his knife. Red-eyed alien sniper lay broken, but his eyes sharp as fire. Both knew the end was close. Yet neither turned away. The human whispered, when they come, I will fight until my last breath. Alien whispered, then I will guide you until my last word. There. Bond burned in silence, stronger than blood. The roar of engines grew louder. Lights cut through the dark shadows of soldiers spread across the ruins. The human stood tall, though his body was weak. The alien lifted his chin, his eyes scanning every movement. Left 3 behind stone wall, he whispered. Human threw a shard of metal, striking true. The enemy stumbled, and the human leapt forward, knife flashing. Fight was brutal, loud cries filling the night. The human fought with fury, each strike guided by alien Aisha's hands. Bled, his body shook, but he never slowed. Alien called out each direction, steady, calm, sharp. Together they cut down the first wave, but more came pouring like flood into the ruins. Human staggered, blood soaking his arm. Alien clenched his fists, helpless, rage burning inside. Deuce my rifle, he cried, though it is bent. Human fired once, twice, bullets snapping true, but the weapon cracked, breaking forever. Alien shouted, fall back, but there was no place left. The stood surrounded, lights, blinding shadows, pressing claws of human planted his feet, his chest heaving. If this is the end, he said, then we end it together. Alien stared at him, eyes wet with fire. Never in his life had he heard such words, not from his people, not from his leader, only from this one human who stayed. Then the night cracked open with thunder. Distant cannons roared, heavy vehicles approached. Reinforced, not enemies, but ally soldiers, rushed into the ruins, weapons blazing. Enemy broke, scattered under fire, retreating into smoke. Human fell to his knees, body trembling with pain. Alien gasped in disbelief, watching new figures approach, but his hope died when he saw the faces of his own kin. They looked at him with cold eyes. One of them spat, saying, he is broken, leave him. The alien felt the wound in his heart deeper. Then all his own people turned away again, calling him useless, but before they could leave, the human rose unsteady, lifted the alien onto his shoulders. Though his body screamed in pain, he carried him step by step through fire and smoke all around. Voices shouted, but the human did not stop, cried out, he is with me, he is my brother. Alien felt tears burning his eyes as those words sank deep. Never brother, never family. Until now. Human staggered, but did not fall, carried the alien past the ruins into the light of safety. Medics rushed forward, reaching to take the alien away, but he held the human's arm, whispering, do not leave, Meth. Human bent close, his voice raw and tired, I will not leave you, I gave my word. The alien closed his eyes, feeling peace in his chest. For the first time he believed in hope again. It because of his people, not because of his past, but because one human chose to stay. Days passed, and the war moved to other lands. Alien remained broken in body, but whole in spirit. Human visited him each day, sharing food and words. They spoke of battles, of loss, of dreams. They spoke of the day they first met in ruins of Ferrethi. Alien said, you gave me back more than life, give me dignity when all others took it away. Human said, you gave me strength when mine was gone. Together they smiled, though scars covered them both. Galaxy may forget many stories, but not this one. Story of a paralyzed alien sniper left for deadened, the one human who stayed until the very end. Their bond was proof that in the darkest place hope can survive when two souls choose to stand as one. The end.